I'm going to get a little bit more comfortable, I think. Maybe make a cup of coffee to tell you about this next section, but I still couldn't leave the forest yet. So I thought I'd keep sharing it with you. I think it's probably about 9 AM now, and it's just the most beautiful time to get out in nature, really. My landlord cleared the forest this summer and we were a bit heartbroken, but it was done because the fires are so prevalent in the summer, and so it was necessary. But you can see, like, some of these trees are so old, they're kind of almost falling down anyway. But yeah, you have to create fire breaks in the summer. So yeah, lots of practical things to do in the summer to protect us, and then lots of practical things to do now. So I'm just having a think as I'm walking, because I get a really clear head when I'm walking about what specifically I'm working on to prepare. And I think it's one moon at a time, isn't it? Libra's been amazing. If you haven't yet watched the Libra videos, I really recommend it, because in Libra we find the beauty of preparation and sacred space and making our home clear and ready for this work of Scorpio. Otherwise we're stuck in procrastination, as I call it, very cocoony, and we can't break down. So before you go any further with this, if you haven't watched Libra, I really suggest you have a little tune in and find the wisdom from her as well. I see all these energies like goddesses. They're very feminine, very wise, and who doesn't need a powerful feminine goddess energy to influence this planet right now? We really need that feminine, powerful touch. Femininity isn't weak. It isn't for the faint-hearted. Real feminine energy is what the world needs now. So yeah, let me know how you got on with that video as well. Really welcome your feedback, and let's get busy this moon. Let me sit down and make a cup of tea or coffee and give you some practical tips so that November can really matter to you. I'm back with a little drink. I've had my breakfast. It's a powerful moon. Handle Scorpio with care is what I would say. Even sort of getting into these energies and writing about them in advance of the new moon, I can feel the power and the ability it has to help us destroy and break down our hard shell and our cocoon, you know, like the seed going into the ground. Scorpio really is a transitory time of breaking down. So yeah, we've said this, Julie. What can we do? How can we do it? Okay, so we know the Scorpio energy. We know where we are in the year. We know we've got to go down these levels. So this is level 2. So we know that, okay? What I want to say is that we've all got some Scorpio energy in us. We are all of these signs, so all of them are necessary. It's like ingredients in a cake. So it might be that you never get angry, or you never keep secrets or mysterious like Scorpio, or you never say exactly what you want to say. So this will be a latent energy stuck in you, or maybe you say too often what you want to say, and maybe you just need to keep it inside a bit more. But we've all got Scorpio, we've all got Gemini, we've all got Cancer. We're made up of all of these elements. So what does Scorpio want to do through you? That's the question. How can Scorpio wake you up? I've written some notes. I hope you don't mind, because this is where I want to get quite specific. First thing that I was suggesting that you do is really look at what I said at the beginning of video 1, in that as soon as I started to channel the energy, I was saying I want to throw everything out that hurts me, to just jump off, find pleasure, align, enjoy, receive the information that comes through. So what have we got to do for that to be true? We've got to shed what's in the way, and that's what Scorpio is going to help you do. And then in December you're going to feel a lot freer and a lot more able to access your real blueprint and hear the secrets and the mysteries that will arrive in December in telling you your truth, your true truth. So December we get it out the way, we get the blocks out the way, and December we receive. So give yourself some space this moon for things to get a bit messy, because what we're invited to this moon is to let go of a bit of control, because it's our control that keeps this cocoon the way it is, and it keeps our life the way it is. And if we can let things get messy, like childbirth, if you can lose control, you actually break a bit down of that shell and you're more available to receive anew. Now this means uncertainty. It means perhaps times where you're not going to feel clear. Let this moon give you these 29-30 days where that's okay. Remind yourself that you're shedding and you're releasing and you're confronting and you're going to be venting out what's in the way. You're shouting basically, like, this is in my way. Why do I still think this? Why do I still believe this? I don't need this in my life anymore. If you can shake this off in this moon, December's going to be a ball. Believe me, it really is. So what I've been doing is writing. Now I've got this on my computer. I've been doing some writing, and I've been writing in red pen because I just think Scorpio wants to write in red. I'm going to invite you to do some free writing. Have you ever done any free writing? I'm sure a lot of you have. Free writing is where you just get your pen and paper out in the morning and you just let yourself write whatever you want to write. But I'm going to give you some, like, 4 different directions to write in. Maybe you do this over 4 days over the new moon weekend. Maybe you do it periodically through the whole month. But I've got 4 titles for you here. The first one in your book with your red pen is to say, what I want to say is ... and then just go for it. Say the things that you'll never want anyone to read. If they got hold of this book, you're like, I might have to lock mine actually. Think about who you want to say that to, what you want to say it about. Maybe it's about yourself, maybe it's about work, maybe it's about your health, maybe it's about, you know, a certain person. Just vent it. You will be amazed what comes from that free writing. Absolutely amazed, because you're thinking those things and therefore you're not probably admitting you're thinking them. When you free write, you let them out and you're like, whoa, this was a, you know, it's like a dam holding it all back. And that's what Scorpio is. Scorpio looks very demure from the front, but underneath there's all this darkness. And what we have to do is face that darkness and find a safe way for it to come out. Because once it comes out, then the light can come through in the winter solstice, the winter solstice, December the 21st. We want to make space so the light can get through. Otherwise, you're just going to bring this darkness back into another year, into another cycle. So throw everything out that hurts me. Write everything out that hurts me. The second statement I've put is, what I want to do is, and then just write like crazy. Maybe a different morning, because this can be quite emotionally tiring. What I want to do is blah, 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 blah. Right, put a timer on maybe for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you feel safe with. And then the next one, what I hate about my life is Scorpio, I haven't said this stuff. I haven't said this shit. This is just vile. This is the swamp in me. This is awful. This is, I couldn't dare admit this to everyone, but I'm going to write it out. I'm going to write it out. Number 4, what I regret is get it out, get it out. You might come up with lots of other what I's. These are my 4 that I've begun with, and I can tell you some shit is coming out. Makes me feel so good. you can't change what has happened. You know, we can't change what has happened. But everything that is happening from my own experience, from my own life, and a lot of shit has gone down. If anything of those things hadn't happened, I wouldn't be the person I am now. I wouldn't be growing into the person I'm becoming. There's some awful things that have happened, and I would not be a fraction of the person I am now if any one of those things hadn't happened. So respect the things you hate, respect the things that have enclosed you in your cocoon of beliefs and old patterns and old traumas. Respect them, because inside them, which we're going to explore more in December, is the real you with your wings. The real you that needed all of that to keep her safe inside, to keep her pure essence inside. You needed all of it. So listen to that wild and free writing venom that comes out of you, and then ask yourself, and write this as well, what have I received and who am I becoming because of all these things? And all the things I hate or all the things I resist, what am I learning from those things? It's all about receiving. When we've got a swamp and we're holding it up, we're resisting it, we're always going to have that swamp of darkness. But if you can receive it, if you can go, do you know what? I must admit, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be this. If that happened, wouldn't have happened, I'd have never learned that. I'd have never let go of that. I would be someone completely different. I'd still be a caterpillar. You've got to receive it. Do you see what I mean? In releasing the resistance, you receive it and then you transform. You absolutely transform. So that's one of the first. That's one of the first things that I would suggest you do. And you suggest, if you don't like writing, that you dance it out as well. You could ask exactly the same questions, put a track on that you love, and then dance it out and be like, wow, just let it out, let it out, let it out. After you've done all that, you may have somebody very special in your life that will listen to some of that. But it's not always necessary to share all this, because people, you know, have their own perceptions of you. But if you have a confidant, a close friend, a partner, a parent, a counsellor, an oracle reader, who you can share with, and who would just listen to you and say it's okay to feel like that, it's okay to have those thoughts, then I invite you to share as well. So write, dance and share. Okay, and all of it has made you into someone. You could also write what you're grateful for about that and what you're excited about for that in the future. I've got a great quote here from who is it? That grandmother, let me see, Grandmother Mona Polaka. I think she's a Native American woman. Only by going into the darkness and breaking down our old ways can we move from the myopic view of the caterpillar to the greatly expanded view of the butterfly. Nothing can be more true. And no other sign, no other moon gives you the strength, the attitude, the weapon, the skills, the tools to do this work than this one. So enjoy it. In Sagittarius, all will be revealed why this work was so necessary. I'm so grateful that you've listened to all 3 of these videos. I hope that it works for you having them separately, but do give me some feedback. If you like what you see, then subscribe down below. Like the video, because it really helps with YouTube spreading the message to other people. And if you want to know more, then there are lots of links also in the description about how to work with me one-to-one, how to join our Patreon community, where we all meet live in Skype once a month, and where you'll receive a special moon video meditation every month, and a journal that will help you through this process, and something to read. You also get behind the scenes about my life a little bit as well. So enjoy, Scorpio. It's a profound moon. Give yourself that space, give yourself that honor and respect, and think, you know, if you don't do this now, what does this mean for your summer and your spring next year? This is the time to plant that bulb, to really have that beautiful bloom of yourself in spring and summer next year. So I wish you a gorgeous journey. Thank you so much for sharing and being all around the forest with me, and now back home with my coffee. I wish you a beautiful moon, and please be in touch. Mwah! Loads of love. Thank you so much.